Hi everybody, it's me, Linda Birdie. I'm sitting here in Lyndon's office where I've come today to help clean it out. And all I can say is that I'm surrounded by warmth and I feel Lyndon in his office, of course. His family photos all around, memorabilia that he's collected over the years. And it just breaks my heart that Gord and I can't be with you today. We're on vacation and we just couldn't change our plans. Well, it's even harder to summarize my thoughts about one of my best friends in a couple of minutes. Excuse me for reading. Well, hard to summarize my thoughts, I should say, without using bad words. And for those of you who don't know that FYYFF story, we'll have to laugh about that at another time. Again, those bad words. When I moved here from Alberta 24 years ago and started at Wolf Chev, I left my family and friends behind and felt totally out of my element. The only person I knew here was Gord, and here's me with a bridge phobia and directionally challenged, which Lyndon never hesitated to remind me about. Little did I know that my name sounding like someone else's would lead to one of the best friendships I've ever had. Lyndon Best and Linda Bennett picked up each other's pages and calls on a daily basis, leading to tons of fun with what could have been awkward and annoying. Tons of fun because Lyndon and I discovered we shared a somewhat unique sense of humor, which we did our best to pass on to Frank, I might add, to alleviate his stress. Sorry, Frank. Lyndon, Frank, and I, and consequently our spouses, Sandy, Linda too, and Gord became close friends. Lyndon and I carpooled together for a few years, and there was not a day that went by that one or both of us wouldn't play tricks on the other. For the record, I was the winner. Lyndon drove so many times with either his turning light or flashers on for miles or his heated seat on in the middle of summer, swearing about how he was sweating like crazy. I so enjoyed listening to him berating himself yet again about forgetting to turn his blinkers off, or how the truck's heated seat was shorting out again. He got me started on entering the Rock 101 contest, which ended up with them cutting us off for a time because we won so much. Our commutes were filled with nonstop laughing, gabbing, entertaining ourselves endlessly, including me singing loudly, him telling me to shut the F up, me replying, well, feel free to join in, Cam Carnes or Bonnie Tyler or Melissa Etheridge. And of course, shaking our heads, wondering how our spouses put up with us. That Lyndon was sure a head shaker, wasn't he? But Sandy and Gord did put up with our craziness, and the four of us had tons of fun times together, including at their place after work, laughing loudly, trying to placate Sandy with wine because we were late again. It was always my fault, Sandy, I swear. Lyndon and I became the two LBs at Wolf, raising money for our Christmas party by having 50-50 draws on Fridays. And I love looking at those photos of us posing with the winners. When Wolf closed and I moved on to Carter's, I felt like I left my family again, especially Lyndon and Frank. I was overjoyed when the two LBs were together again at Carter's, and I knew that despite his sadness and anxiety about leaving Wolf, Lyndon had found a great new work family with Don Worrell and the rest of the terrific people there. We both made some wonderful friends at Carter's, and I was able to be with one of my besties again, giggling to myself, watching him stride quickly across the showroom, screwdriver in hand. Here's the screwdriver. Going who knows where. Oh my God, I'm writing this and now the Carter's parts truck just drove by my office. Hey buddy. Well, I'm reading it, but when I wrote it, that happened. And I know that was him, but I digress. My husband Gord is still trying to comprehend that Lyndon is no longer with us. When I asked him what he'd like to add to this, he tearfully said that he still can't believe he's gone and that he won't hear Lyndon's voice asking if your call girl is there when he picks up one of our other phone lines. that he will miss hearing him asking him if he's hurt himself lately, especially on the golf trips, and asking how he puts up with me. Oh, and playing partners in pool with Lynden as his partner and telling everyone they're absolutely unbeatable. They're pros. And they were unbeatable. To my beloved Sandy and the rest of Lynden's family, thank you for sharing him with Gord and me and with all of us here. Our memories are priceless and our hearts and love are with you always. Now, these words to my friend Lynden. Lynden, who I now realize I hardly called by his name, instead opting for buckwheat, asshole, or some other offensive term of endearment that can't be said out loud here. Lynden, I hope that you are gentled into whatever comes next and wrapped in the blanket of love that I know surrounds you. That you have confidence in the fact that people care deeply about you, rooted for you, enjoyed your presence, and were proud of you. I love you and will always cherish our times together. FYYFF. And now an added F for forever. Love to you all, and here's a big hug to all of you.